Hi everyone, this week's focus for the Resilience Project is around emotional literacy. Now, emotional literacy is a pretty tricky term, but all it means is us being able to have words and be able to use words to express our emotions. Now, at Berrinba East State School, we're very lucky that we have the 5 faces. And what you'll see is a lot of teachers walk around the school with these around their neck so they can help you communicate how you're feeling. And what we'll do is we'll ask you, what number are you? Are you a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5. I'm missing number 4 there. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a couple of activities that are going to help us have a better understanding of emotional literacy, help us build our words and be able to use our words to express our emotions, but also have a look at what emotions are helpful and which ones are not. The first task we're going to do today is just looking at the 5 faces, and all we're going to do is we're going to look at the 5 faces and we are going to have a go ourselves of showing that face using our own faces. What I want you to do is when you do this task and when you're making these expressions, have a think about how you might feel when you pull those faces. Now, I've been able to get the help of Mr. Stirk and Miss Marshall to help us show us what the activity will look like. The next activity we're going to do, we're going to be looking at what our bounce back reactions are going to be to things that don't quite go right for us. Now, the one thing we need to understand is it's okay to be at a 1 or a 2. That's natural and that happens to everybody, and it happens lots of times during the day, but it's all about what we do and what our strategies are to bounce back to be a 4 or more. Now, in PBL this week, you've been learning about the size of the problem matching the reactions you give, and this is exactly the same work. So what I want you to do, I want you to have a look at a couple of videos with Mr. Stirk, Miss Marshall and myself playing handball, and I want you to have a think around who's had the strategy, who's kept them at a 1 or 2, and who's had the best bounce back strategy to help them bounce back to a 4 or a 5.
I want my ball! Give me my ball! She won't give me my ball! I want my ball! It's mine! It's mine!
Oh, Miss Marshall, please give us my ball back and you can come and join us and come play.
Can I play?
You can play with us.
Okay.
Thank you.
As you can see, I don't like my ball being taken off me. However, the way that I reacted in that situation was only going to cause further argument and probably get me into trouble. However, Mr. Stirk took a different approach. He was upset as well and he didn't like his ball being stolen, but he asked for his ball back in a nice calm way, and also he solved the problem by inviting Miss Marshall to come in. Now, showing that act of kindness to Miss Marshall not only would have made Miss Marshall feel good, but it would have helped Mr. Stirk turn from a 1 or a 2 up to a 4 or a 5. So the next activity we're going to do is we're going to have to think around what our bounce back strategies are, how we can use our skills of empathy, kindness and gratitude, and how we can use those to bounce back and get ourselves back to a 4 or a 5.